Oh, I don't care who you've played, but have they truly been tested yet? I think is the question on our minds right now, friends.
Is I actually think they're not bad. I don't think they're as good as like some of the other teams that are like even like we saw Iona and Siena tonight. We saw William Mary. Like those teams are a little
Sure.
bit better than Fairfield. I think the reason is identity and consistency. I don't really see an identity when I watch Fairfield play, and I don't really see any consistency either. It explains their record really. But one game I actually thought they did play well in was the game against Montana. So this is going to be interesting to see how these teams fare against each other. Well, a long break and a couple weeks later.
Hey, I mean that break could be all the difference in the world. Fairfield did lose their opening game in the spring split of this season. Last week, that was an 0-3 loss to DePaul, which DePaul don't have the greatest record, but man, have they really turned up. So I don't put a whole lot of merit into that. But I want to see Fairfield bounce back. It's been a fairly aggressive and strong start for them here so far. We've seen some demos. We're seeing them, do some good stuff in the maroon half of the pitch. They just need to keep this up for, another 15 minutes or so. Maybe you can get some goals while they're at it. Hey, that's a good start. Oh!
What happened there? I thought that was getting saved, to be honest. A couple of really good touches so far from Fairfield. They've had a pretty strong start. Oh, both players not really getting there. I think it was a little bit of a panic moment. I think that easily could have been saved, but it was an awkward shot to deal with in between two players. That's always awkward to see who goes. Sometimes you risk a double commit. Sometimes you just don't quite get there. It can always be awkward to deal with those types of shots.
Eyes did a great job to spike that one off the ground. Those are so difficult to block, particularly if you're already pre-jumping. It's kind of what you're anticipating. You slam it down to the ground, just get it underneath the defenders, and it's exactly what we saw. But now this one's going over the defense, and Matter speeds down to put the finish on. Look at this. Matter just chips it up over everybody. There was nobody back there. Where's the defense, Ocean?
I think Haiku's at fault there. I think Haiku, I understand you want to keep the ball high up the pitch. You don't want to let your opponents get out, but you can't miss the ball that high up the pitch and let Matter have that free chance. Now, everything that, we've worked for here on the side of Montana early in this series is kind of gone. It's 1-1 now. Even playing field yet again.
Matter's going to just boom it all the way down off the back wall. Didn't have much to work with. I think out there searching for some boost. In the meantime, Montana able to grab control. Throw it in off the backboard. Look for the 2-tap. Ooh, tried to disrupt the defense, but Okifid comes across out of nowhere. Is able to make that save, and Scout with the counter punch. Oh my goodness, what a goal. What a transition as Hunter just booms it out of there, and everybody from Fairfield goes racing down the pitch, knowing they had that defense beat.
Attacks in less than a minute that we've seen Fairfield score here. They soak up a bit of pressure from Montana. The Montana's shots really weren't that threatening. Soak up a bit of pressure, see a chance to go and counter attack and catch them off guard. They go instantly. They've scored 2 of them in a row now, maybe 3. It's going to be awkward for Haiku. Does well.
I was already. Oh, that would have had an opportunity, but was a little wide. But I was sort of thinking, it's Haiku was racing back early after suffering 2 counter punches like that. And good thing did so as well. Able to get that save and keep Montana in striking distance as we approach the halfway mark of game 1. Eyes with the shot. Hunter trying to get back to it. Cannot. Eyes finds a wide open net. Able to tie us up here almost exactly at the halfway mark.
Hunt to that. Committed to that ball. Really shouldn't have. Should have focused on getting back. Being that third player. Unlucky again. A lot of mistakes in this game so far. A lot of players kind of losing sight of what the game plan is, or maybe losing focus. That can always be down to game 1 jitters. This is an important game for Fairfield to try and fix up their season. If they lose this game, you're probably talking about really difficult to make playoffs, really difficult to have a really good record. Montana, they want to stay unbeaten. They want to prove they can challenge the likes of Delaware, Arlington, RIT, etc. This is an important game for them, and they struggled against Fairfield last time on.
And if Fairfield can pull out this dub, that's quite the statement. Talk about a confidence booster, my goodness. Driving down now. Soccer Scout doesn't have any boost to work with. Just renamed it as Scout. High crew off the backboard. Okifin's in the middle, but Scott with a good block and gets some good space off of it as well. An unfortunate bounce, and you got two attackers out in front of the ball. Matter's going to come in and pick it up. Single-handedly drive it in. Eyes with a nice defensive play is able to get up and in front of it. There was a demo there, so opportunity, but Hunter goes way too high, right over the ball. Cannot get the slam dunk. Okifin looking to try to punish, gets the pinch, gets the goal. 3-2 Montana.
Whoa, I want to see this one again. I want to see this one again. Tough on. Ooh, wait, was that an own goal? I think that was an own goal.
Yeah, I mean, it might have gone off of Hunter there. I mean, I'm not sure if Hunter hadn't have been there, I think it still would have gone in. I'm not sure it would have mattered, but it was even just a little early to that ball. So it went off the top of their car as opposed to getting some clean contact with the bumper. Good effort. In the end, it's Fairfield down by 1. 65 seconds remaining. Matter in the corner, looking to drive it out. Defense is well prepared and set up for this. There's not going to be anything cheeky going on in the back end. In fact, it's Fairfield going right back on the defense. Got to make sure and not give up this 4th goal. It seems like it's just going to be all over. Matter does a good job of getting in front of that play, but Fairfield cannot seem to get it out of the maroon half right now.
Hunter, this could be awkward.
The high crew again having to rotate very early to make sure, kind of cinch up that back end. Fairfield did not do the same. Eyes comes up with their 3rd at game 1. Give me a hat trick goal that's really puts University of Montana quite ahead, maybe out of striking distance here for Fairfield to be able to catch up.
Game 1 done and dusted. I feel like going into this matchup, both of Fairfield's goals have come off soaking up a lot of pressure and then counter-attacking, right? Whereas we kind of know Montana are going to have more of the ball. You know, they are 9-0. I feel like Fairfield are going to have to give them a lot of respect, and that's why Montana will have a lot more of the ball. But, I mean, Fairfield's goals, I mean, they've been good at soaking up pressure. They soak up the pressure and get some counter-attacks. Who's to say they can't at least take a game in this series or do even more? Because at points in this series, it looked like they could potentially win it. This game 1.
It absolutely did. They're able to come back. They're able to tie it up relatively early. Unfortunately, they, a couple defensive mistakes in the back half of game 1. And Montana are able to capitalize, put that lead up to 2. I mean, it was 13-4 in shots favoring Montana. So, I mean, that does say something in of itself right there. Now, with the counterattack strategy kind of style that we see out of Fairfield, I mean, that's not terribly unexpected. But 13-4, I mean, that's more than triple the shots.
But, if you're taking 13 shots and you're scoring 4 goals, something's wrong. You know what I mean? Like, you got to take more chances than that. I understand Fairfield are playing very defensively, but Fairfield also made a lot of mistakes in midfield when they tried to push the game forward. One, they shouldn't push the game forward. They've got to stick to their game plan. I don't think this is how Fairfield are really going to usually play. I feel like this is a set-up way to play against Montana.
Right.
But I feel like some of their shots just need to be better. I think it's a question of quality of Montana right now. They're a 9-0 team. They're taking 13 shots and they're only scoring 4.
I mean, it does speak to the possession. I'd like to give a little bit of the benefit of the doubt of it. At least they are creating a lot of opportunities. Not to say that I don't disagree with you, though. It's attempt here. See if they could perhaps increase that conversion rate. Eyes was greeted by Scout at the near post. Okifin trying to come in. Gets the demo, but loses the ball. And it's back to midfield. Oh, the ball gets just behind Hunter. That's not what they wanted. It's going to be High Crew and Eyes going to get Scout and Matter. High Crew goes up top. Eyes coming in for the follow-up. Doesn't make connection. Okifin with a shot goes off the post. Eyes just a little quick bounce back. And there it is again. This one going way up high. More shots on goal. More shots off target. As Montana's flurry just falling a little bit flat. Matter's going to get the big booming clear. A look and transition here for Fairfield.
He doesn't improve, and Fairfield, keep making these saves. all they need is one counter-attacking goal, which we've seen can happen in this series, as evidenced by game 1. They scored 2 attacking goals. You know, Montana, they're in control of this game, but if they don't have a moment of quality, if they don't score, they can't win. Most obvious statement ever, but it's true. We're a minute and a half into game 2, and we still haven't seen a breakthrough, even though they've had probably the ball for 90% of those 90 seconds.
I'd make some John Madden reference, but I think it'd be lost on you. Scout with a beautiful move here. Able to find the opening goal in game 2. Nice little dribble, nice little play. Get around 2 defenders. Tip of the hat to Scout. Nicely done.
That's their first shot of game 2. You see what I mean? How many shots have Montana had? Probably 6 or 7 in this game. No goals.
I was thinking at least 5, yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. They've got to have better bits of quality. They've got to be more intricate in their passing plays, because I think they are the better team. They're in control. Look how much ball they have. They've got to score some chances.
Ooh, what a save!
There we go.
Up. Beats all 3 defenders from Fairfield University. This initial one had a really good chance, but Hunter not able to get in front of that follow-up chance. The rebound goes in. Montana with the equalizer. They will at least get one of those in. Get a little bit better conversion rate. One's better than 0. Let's see if they can string a couple more together. Keep up the pressure up like that, and it's bound to happen. Okie with the shot. There it is. The second goal, quick as you like.
Last 10 seconds from Montana. Brilliant. Much better. I mean, they have the potential to play with this high quality. Why can't we get the entire 5 minutes? You know what I mean? Like, that was brilliant. The first goal they scored there, all 3 players playing an excellent part. Really good quality Rocket League touches. Very fast, technical, brilliant. You know that's what we expect from Montana. You know, they should be winning this game comfortably. I want to see if they could be a team that could potentially win. They're 9-0. I'm going to ask those questions. I want to see, are they championship material? I mean, we've seen glimpses of it, but have we seen the consistency? Have we seen enough to suggest that they can go far?
And that's where the part where you're talking about the top of the broadcast, that they need to win convincingly. Like, not just kind of stagger through this and stumble out the other side with the dub, but convincingly dominate. Now, possessions there, 2 goals back-to-back. Speaks well for them, but still plenty of time left in game 2 for Fairfield to bring this thing back. Icrew with a good touch at midfield, up to Okie. Okie with the shot over the top. Gets over Matter, gets over the defense. And that's what I'm talking about. That was spectacular.
Oh, more of this and I'll be a happy commentator. Lovely touch from Icrew. That touch from Icrew makes it so awkward for Fairfield to deal with it. It's a good finish from Finn as well. I mean, that's the Montana we want to see. To be fair, Fairfield haven't been bad this game. I think they've been pretty good. They've soaked up a lot of pressure. They've still made a lot of saves, especially in the early part of the game where Montana were struggling to make their possession count and their chances count. And they've got a counter-attacking goal. They've scored 3 counter-attacking goals this season. I think they've been pretty good. I think Fairfield, you know, they've got a good game plan. They've stuck to it. And sometimes, you know, just a better team who's got more possession, has control of the game, it is just eventually going to have a gap in quality.
Well, and the more possession, the more space you have to work with. Typically, the more boosts you're going to get because of that. With the opponents wanting to stay a little bit more turtle shell. No, I'm not saying Fairfield are a turtle shell kind of team. They don't just sit back entirely. Well, as Okie slams another one home, they continue to increase that conversion rate. Ocean, they're continuing to improve that accuracy more and more. But as I was starting to say, I mean, this is the result of that control, of having more resources and more space to work at your disposal.
Game 2, really good. This is the sort of game 2 I need to see from them to say, okay, Montana, can you challenge an RIT? I mean, maybe. Based on this game 2, yeah. Off of game 1, no. And, I mean, got to give them credit for game 2. And I mean, game 1 is, of course, sometimes an anomaly, you know, bit of rust, can be a bit awkward trying to feel the opponent out. But this is better. It's 5-1. It's a lot more concrete. It's a lot better. There is more quality from Montana, and I'm loving it.
I mean, look how much they displaced the defense. And the defense was nowhere to be found. He had two people that had committed to the top right corner that were flying off far away from the play. And that's just the amount of pressure coming through. So I feel like Montana is not only getting quality looks, but it's forcing more and more mistakes. It's forcing Fairfield to scramble a bit more. But good look. I mean, game 2, like you said, this is starting to look like a top 5 team right now, top 3 team.
It's looking much better. I'm really happy with this. And, you know, I had the question at the start of the broadcast, can they compete? If they play like this, they can compete with those teams. 6-1, game 2's over. I mean, it was over, what, a minute ago, but I just want to emphasize, you know, this Montana can compete. The game 1 Montana cannot.
You know, maybe they just need to warm up. Well, I'm going to give a bit of a doubt. Maybe they just needed to warm up a little bit. Because this was convincing. Not exactly. If I had to take a wild guess at our shot total, I'm guessing somewhere about 15, maybe 12, 17. Okay,
it was a lot of shots.
It did seem like a lot of shots. I'm curious now. What's the total? 14.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? 5 saves as well from Fairfield. I think Fairfield, you know, defensively they've been good. I think the chances they've had offensively, you know, they've scored the majority of them. What I would like to see, though, is, you know, when we're defending, you know, and we are counter-attacking, there's multiple ways to, you know, get at Montana, I think. I feel like you could potentially get the ball out to the sides, try and play it off a wall, make it awkward for Montana while they're trying to rotate back. Because we've seen Haiku. I mean, Haiku's made a couple of mistakes rotating back and a couple of really good plays rotating back. But if you make it more awkward by getting it to the sides, making it a little bit more unpredictable to read, couple of bounces off the walls, that could be a different mix-up while you're trying to soak up pressure and get the ball on.
Something's got to give. Fairfield only had 1 shot in game 2, so they weren't finding any opportunity to put in those counter attacks like they like to do. That served them so well in game 1. Ooh, Scout did well to get enough of that to get it out of there. That was a dangerous ball. Maybe this could be a chance for one of those transition goals now, but nice touch from A's, goes over 2 players' heads from Fairfield. And it looks like Montana going right back on the attack. I'm not even sure that demo's going to slow him down. Okie Finn looking for an opportunity here. Hunter has to leap across to make the play, make the save. Fairfield do good out of their own zone, but can't really do much with it. Slow bouncing ball goes right to Haiku. Well, Haiku took a little too long trying to do something, and Matter finds that demo.
It's an adaptation, both because Haiku's been demoed twice in the first 40 seconds or so in this game. Wonder if they're going for more demos, and wonder if that's what Fairfield are doing to try and get a little bit more time on the ball.
I can't argue that. That'd be a great adjustment. And if they continue finding success with those, you're not only taking the player off the pitch for a while, but you can, you know, potentially waste a lot of resources and waste boost. Hunter with a good push out. Fairfield looking for the right time to strike. You see 2 players very deep in their own end. Looked like Scout and Matter were going to corner boosts while the ball was midfield, and it's left Montana a lot of room to work. Back pass there, but the teammate, well, from Montana was running into a corner for a boost. Nobody there. The ball's lazily rolling around here in the white half. A big clear does eventually come through as Haiku boots it to the other side. Hunter's going to return the favor.
Again, this Montana, first minute 45 of game 3. They look very unsettled. This series was well and truly controlled, right? A couple of demos, and Montana again looked like how they did in game 1.
Shot the crossbar. Okie Finn will find it. There we go. Maybe Montana will calm down after that one. Get back to game 2 form. It was a good attempt to try to get the ball out. Didn't put it straight to Okie, who was coming in for the rebound shot, but an even better read from the University of Montana. I don't know if it was intended to be a backboard shot, but hey, it worked out in the end, and the result is a 1-0 lead.
I think more though. I think they've got to get one more. They've got to get a little bit of a gap between themselves and Fairfield, because again, Fairfield have scored in this series. Here we go. This is why you need that gap.
That's how you get back into it. We haven't seen that since the first game of that degree. where Fairfield's able to get behind all 3 players. Easy peasy for Scout.
Yeah, I mean, this is annoying, to watch. I know I'm really intrigued later on in the season to watch Montana play against those bigger teams, but now they've got a job on them here to try and get past Fairfield in this game, because it's been awkward. Game 1 was close. This game 3 is getting close, and some good adaptations from Fairfield. A lot more bumps, a lot more demos. It's getting quite awkward. It's getting more physical now in this game 3.
It looked like Hunter was actually going for that demo, turned into that, and ended up just exploding themselves. That one backfired a little bit, but hey, it's all right. Hunter returns to the fray almost instantaneously. Nice touch from Eyes. He's going to bounce it off the wall, try to work it around the defense. Scout is able to get in front of it. A little bit of battle possession. Hunter tips it off the back of the car, trying to get around, but Montana not phased. They're able to come back in. Going to get a demo into the goal. Ball bounces up for Oki. Oki has batter and Hunter right in front of them. Has to just try to muscle it through, but the defense holds on for now. Is Fairfield are going to try to pass it back down. High Crew intercepts it. Staring at a lot of space in the other end. Room to work. Matter puts it right back the other way. All by themselves and without a boost. Eyes easily comes up with the ball.
Interesting last minute and 19. Good save. Good stop. They get this touch here away from, I think that was Hunter. They can maybe get away here. It's not an easy chance for A's. Gets it. Ooh. Good save.
Coming all the way out of the back of the net. Matter with another great save there as well. Ball goes up in the middle. Everybody misses it. And A's comes across and just finds a loose ball in front of the net. See one player go up, another goes by, and A's just has a late Christmas gift waiting for him right in front of the maroon net.
It's got to keep control. 54 seconds. Get this game over and done with. Game 2. More of that. I feel like, Montana, they look at game 2. They look at, how can we do that more often? They'll be a really good team for the rest of the season. The problem is, if they don't do that, I mean, the game 3 has been disappointing. Fairfield still with a chance of getting back into this. And what it should have been an easier game has been really awkward here from Montana, but that third goal should seal it out.
Yeah, and it's just a nice pass, recognizes the defense, and says, you know what, I don't have the right shot. A little soft touch to the left, boom. Oki puts it home and might have just put away this series. 30 seconds left. Fairfield want to get back into this. They need a goal on this attack right here, right now. Soccer Scout's going to get it stolen away. Matter seeing what they can do with it, and turns out not a whole lot. Scout keeps it in the white half, or perhaps gray half. Either way. Montana back on the attack. 5 seconds remaining. They have victory in their sights, and that is going to do it. No more hope left for Fairfield to get back into this thing. Nothing left but the ball to touch the ground and seal the fate. Montana will move up to 10-0. They beat another conference opponent. No, actually, no. I'm sorry. Montana is part of the new conference now. Forgive me. They are in the new Big Sky Conference that has been formed. So a strong start for them with this new conference coming together, and Montana maintain their perfect record.
Done. They got the job done. Well done. Job done. Perfect record intact. But when I've just been made a really positive comment, and I'm about to go back to evil mode just for a second. I apologize, but I think Montana should be beating Fairfield a little bit more comfortably than that. There is a bit of a gap in quality. It's kind of like, I don't know what's good American sports example, because you have your franchise sports. It's a bit like an RLCS team going up against like a bunch of platinums. Not to that extent, but you know what I mean. Like they are giants compared to Fairfield in the tournament so far, right? 9-0 to 4-5, now 10-0 to 4-6. I expect a bigger gap, right? I expect them to consistently have control of the game. I expect them to not really be behind at any points. I think Fairfield, in fairness to them, I thought there was a big gap in quality, but they were good defensively. They mixed it up a bit in game 3, a little bit more physical, and I don't think they were out of the game. So fair play to Fairfield. However, 4 and 6, little bit of trouble now if they want to do well this season. They've got a lot of teams around them that they're going to have to beat. Going to be a difficult end of the season for them.
It is. And in all fairness to Montana, they did hold Fairfield